Morning, Chairperson.
I know the minister is not in. Okay, the DG is in. Are we able to start, Secretary?
Good morning, Chairperson.
Yes, are we able to start?
Yes, Chair, we can start because now we have 5 members in the platform. We can start the meeting.
Okay. Thanks very much. Let me officially open the meeting and welcome everybody on the platform. I know we have invited the Gauteng province, the Department of Health, the Department of Infrastructure, and the Department of Human Settlements. We have invited Northwest Department of Human Settlements. We have invited the city of Tshwane. We have invited the Housing Corp West, and all of these are led by the National Department of Human Settlement. Thank you very much. You are all welcome. Let's go to the next item. Consideration and adoption of the agenda. This is the agenda, but I'm advised that the report is consolidated. Therefore, when the National Department of Human Settlement will be presenting a consolidated report, and other stakeholders, City of Tshwane, Gauteng Department of Health, Gauteng Department of Infrastructure Development, Gauteng Department of Human Settlement, Northwest Department of Human Settlement, Northwest Housing Corp will be adding where the report might have left issues. Is that the correct understanding? DG, is that the correct understanding?
Yes, Chair, that is the correct understanding. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Can we get a mover for the adoption of the agenda with that understanding? Honorable members, I don't want us today to spend a lot of time in the meeting.
I have my hand up, Chair. I have my hand up.
Honorable Ditebe.
Yes, Chairperson, thank you. Greetings to you, DG, everyone, honorable members. I move for the adoption of this agenda, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable Magagula.
Good morning, Chair. Thank you. I second for the adoption of the agenda. Thank you. Better today.
Thank you very much, Honorable Magagula. We are happy that you are now back on your feet. Thanks very much. Today, I'm not going to make remarks that much, but just to say, we want to, maybe before I go there, let me check whether petitioners are in the meeting. I was told they will be in the boardroom at NHBRC. Mr. Mnyambane, are petitioners in the meeting? Mr. Mnyambane?
Let me call him, Chair. I will come back to you now.
Good morning, Chair. Am I audible? Good morning, Chair.
Yes, you are.
Okay,
are you with
Chair.
petitioners?
Yes, I'm with Mr. Khaswe and also Mama, but we've just parked off there because we had to look for an alternate venue, but we have just arrived now at NHBRC offices, so we will be fully active within the next minute or two. But we just get out of our car. I'm using my tablet in the time being. But Mr. Khaswe, here he is. Mr. Khaswe.
Okay. No, it's fine. I just want
Okay,
to
just
check
maybe
whether...
just okay, just say hi. This is the chairperson.
Okay. Dr. Sabi?
Yes, Mr. Khaswe. I just
Good
wanted
morning.
to check whether you are in the meeting. We are fine.
Yeah, we just arrived. Yeah, we just arrived.
Settle yourself. Okay.
At the venue. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Yes, I was about to say we are having this meeting because we want to try and close on the issues of petitioners. Like I said before, that the Parliament takes the issue of petitioners and petitions seriously. So we need to finalize them so that we can then deal with other petitioners that are forthcoming. Already we have received a petition from the province of Free State, which will need to schedule it so that we are able to attend to it. They've sent it to the speaker, and the speaker has 80-seated, and she has sent it to the portfolio committee for the portfolio committee to process it. And in processing it, the speaker is even advising that you can process it in collaboration with other portfolio committees. So we want you to move towards closing this one of MAWIGA so that we are able to move on with other programs. That's the main reason why we called this meeting, especially on a Friday. My apologies for all the stakeholders for calling you to a meeting on a Friday. Let's get to the next item, which is briefing. Like I said, the briefing will be led by the Department of Human Settlements nationally, and then these other stakeholders will then come in where they think there are gaps to close those gaps. Here in the platform, I haven't seen any member of executive, whether nationally or from provinces. Am I correct, Secretary? So that I don't commit a mistake. I don't see any minister, deputy minister. I don't see any MEC, although some spoke to me about their apologies. But let me get the apologies from the Secretary first.
Chairperson is Tsepo Makanye. The Secretary, has got technical issues.
Yes.
Yeah, so the apologies are as follows. You have already mentioned the apology from the Minister. The other apology relates to Mr. Poole, Honorable Poole and Honorable Abada. They are both not well. And the other apology comes from Honorable Dlamini, who is busy with organizational work. And Honorable MEC Mamabulu has also made an apology for the meeting. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Honorable Ditebe.
Good morning, Chairperson. Thank you very much. Chair, two things. Thank you very much for establishing whether the petitioners are present. Just a short while ago, I received a WhatsApp from Mr. Sipeng. I hope he's part of the delegation of petitioners because it's got to do with his title deed. It's not necessarily an apology on his behalf, but I heard Mr. Mnyimani mention Mr. Khaswe, and we are happy with the progress. We'll come to that point when the item is tabled for consideration. But on my own part, Chairperson, some 4 or 5 weeks ago, there was flooding here, and people. It's a floodline area. So I arranged with one of the NGOs, which the Red Cross, for them to assist those people. So at 12, they'll be handing out some form of assistance. Now, they expect me to be there because I managed to get them to be sponsored by some of the private organizations for them to help those people. So I hope by then we will be done. But if not, I'll attend that ceremony and then rejoin you. That is the only apology, Chairperson, on my part that I'd like to tender. Thank you.
If we can assist each other that by that time we are done, I think all of us will be happy. I also got a call from the Department of Health yesterday that indicating that the MEC for Health will not be attending, but delegation from Health will be attending. I also got a call from the HOD of Northwest that she will not be able to attend due to family engagements, that she can't postpone, but she has sent a delegation from the Department of Human Settlement to attend. Yeah, those are the apologies. I don't know whether there's another apology that we need to note. Nothing. Those are the apologies. I think, as usual, unless there's something radically serious with the apologies, normally we note and accept the apologies. There's nothing. Take the apologies are accepted. Let me allow like I said, even now I don't see any politician, a member of the executive, whether provincially or nationally. I will then allow the DG, Dr. Muemi, to lead us. DG?
Honorable Chairperson, good morning, and good morning to the members of the Portfolio Committee, and a hearty good morning to the other stakeholders, the beneficiaries, petitioners, as well as my colleagues in government. Chairperson, as this matter is well known within the Portfolio Committee, I would not waste much time just to indicate that we have made some progress on the matters, because the matters of the 4 petitioners are related but not necessarily the same, and the different iterations and permutations of the interventions we have had to make are quite different, and therefore they are at different stages of finalization. But just to highlight the fact that we are the first to acknowledge that the progress has not been as fast as we would have desired it to be, but we had once again reiterated with all other levels of government to be committed towards finalization. On these matters, we are close to crossing the finish line, and we dare not slumber and ensure that we indeed bring the matters to finality as is the wish of the committee. Chair, without much ado, we have consulted with all other stakeholders at other levels of government. We are glad that the committee has called them to be present with us today so that on some direct aspects they can give first-hand information and also be able to account for the delays on some of those key matters. But safe to say that the presentation represents the global picture of our consolidation effort as the coordinator of these other spheres of government and other role players. And Ms. Ngaka Dumalisile and team will be able to provide the presentation, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DG. DDG, okay.
Thank you, Chairperson. Greetings to yourself, Chair, and greetings to all the honorable members, and greetings to everyone on the platform. Chair, I will request Ms. Luen Werner to assist. I think she has been given the co-hosting rights. She will flight the presentation and also take the members through the consolidated presentation. Then I think later on, Chair, the colleagues from other departments will then provide further clarity where it is required. With your permission, Chair, let me hand over to Ms. Werner. Luen, please put it on slideshow. Luen, let's put it on slideshow.
Is it there now, DDG?
Yeah, it's fine now. Yeah, please proceed.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and Honorable members of the Portfolio Committee on Human Settlements. Our DG, HODs present, colleagues in government and petitioners, commonly referred to as the MAWIGA 4. Chairperson, with regards to the title deed of Masepeng, you'll note that we've highlighted a very important update that we've just received this morning. For the title deed to have been registered, we had required the city of Tshwane to authorize certain documents in which we would then be able to proceed. Gauteng would then be able to proceed with the conveyancing. So it's basically a Regulation 68 document that we need to lodge, which is a replacement title deed. That has come through yesterday. The province had indicated that they will be able to do this on Monday, and that the registration and the transfer would then be concluded within 3 to 4 weeks' time from the date of lodgement. That then entirely is then dependent on the processes in the deeds office. With regards to the construction of the house, the province reported that Mr. Peng has accepted the Mulvet spec of the house, and the plan has been approved. The remaining challenges are the geotech information for home enrollment, which is with the NHBRC, but there are ongoing engagements between the department and the NHBRC to resolve the issues around the geotech, and that a solution is expected by the first week of July. With references to Ms. Ledingwani, Chair, the subsidies also approved. As reported in the February update, site handover was done. Ms. Ledingwani has a title deed, and she's also accepted the design for the construction of the Mulvet 50 square meter house. The plan has been approved. This house construction is also affected by the geotech issues being resolved between Gauteng and the NHBRC at the moment. Chairperson, with regards to Mr. Tshwane and the house construction, Northwest Human Settlements Department reported that the house is at practical completion stage. It's about 98%, and only a carport is to be constructed. They've done the final inspections on the 17th of June, issued a snag list to the contractor. issues outstanding there. The municipality still to finalize the registration for the water and electricity supply. The local municipality has also raised a municipal bill of rates and taxes for about 196,000, which is against the Northwest Housing Corporation. Chairperson, the province further states that there are engagements at administrative and political level, including correspondence from the MEC to the municipality on the 18th of June in an attempt to resolve this matter around the outstanding rates and taxes. And as such, this delays the registration of the property to Mr. Tshwane, but this is something that the corporation and the municipality is busy working on. There are the pictures of the house, Chair, that we have been furnished by the province. In terms of Mr. Mera, Chair, here the issue was the portion of land. This one is, Chairperson, the township in respect of Mr. Mera's earth remains unproclaimed. Gauteng Department of Infrastructure had appointed conveyances, but the portion that is owned by the Department of Health is affected by outstanding municipal rates and taxes, and as a result, the proclamation will not be possible until those have been resolved. So there, the province, Gauteng here, had reported that there are engagements between the Department of Infrastructure, the State Attorney's Office, Human Settlements, and the City of Tshwane, who is dealing with this matter, Chairperson. That concludes the report on the status of the 4 petitioners, Chair.
Thank you very much. DDG, is there something you want to add? Can we get additions from the City of Tshwane, if any?
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members and colleagues. City of Tshwane here. The issues raised, the issues in the presentation from Luann, there were 2 issues that the city was working with. The one was the VA for the Sipeng property, and the one was the Maryland. As we said with the VA, it did take some time due to various issues in the deeds office. And we had to find out who was the conveyancer that had last taken the original title deed. That took some time, and that's what delayed the process. But once it was done, we have now submitted the VA, the signed VA, which was also commissioned as well. The Maryland, we are still working with DID on that. Yesterday, Health did check. There seems to be a concern about the variance in the invoice. They had invoice from 23 that was much less than the invoice that was now provided by the city. Yesterday, they did request the city to respond to that, and the finance department is responding to that. But we are in engagements with DID and the state attorney's appointed conveyancer to just find the best way to expedite the process. I think those are the 2 issues from us. Thanks, Chair.
Thanks very much. Department of Health, any input?
Good morning, Honorable Chair, and good morning to all the honorable members, DG and colleagues. Chair Darren Barkley, the HOD of Health. Chairperson, the reports that was tabled is correct. Chair, the one thing that will be a hindrance for us is, as the previous speaker indicated, And in terms of the figures, Chair, what is a concern is the original figure was about 6 million. And currently, whilst we are waiting for further responses, we are sitting with a revised invoice of 46 million. So that could be one of the challenges, Chair, but the two departments with the Department of Infrastructure Development is working together to solve the problem. But from 6 million, we are sitting at 46 million that we need to solve between the Department of Health and the City of Tshwane. Thank you, Chair, but overall, the report was correct.
Thank you very much. From 6 million to 46. And 6 million was in 2023.
24, Chair, if I'm correct, 2024.
Yeah, okay. Department of Infrastructure, anything? Gauteng? Nobody from Gauteng Department of Infrastructure Development.
Good morning, Chair. My apologies. I was trying to raise my hand. My name is Nomuraki. I'm the DDG in charge of property management. Chair, the report is correct, and I think as it has been stated, we have appointed a conveyancer through the state attorney who's just ready and waiting for the issues that have been highlighted to be resolved. Once they've been resolved, then we're ready to then take the process forward. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Department of Human Settlement, Gauteng.
Good morning, Chair and DG and colleagues. My name is Bilen Mabaso. I'm the HOD for the department, Chair. Chair, the report presented by Luen is correct. We agree to the update in terms of the matters that Gauteng Human Settlement had to attend to. We have received the signed Regulation 68 document from Tshwane, so we are ready to lodge by next week Monday in terms of the documents at this office. In terms of the house for Mary Dingwane, we have also registered her title deed. She has also accepted the 50 square meter MV house specification. So we'll be ready to start with the project. But however, there's just a small glitch in terms of the geotech issue that we're finalizing with NHBRC. Same with Ndate Edwin Khaswe is the same. We are also working in terms of her the property there to resolve issues on geotech with NHBRC. On the report from Ndate Michael Mere, we then work with infrastructure development and see where we can assist with City of Tshwane to also finalize the issues around Ndate Mire's property. Thanks, Chair. But the report is correct. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Human Settlement Northwest. The HOD, when she apologized, she said the CFO will be in attendance and the regional manager. Northwest?
Yes, Chair. Good morning, Chair and the honorable members, DG, HODs and colleagues. Chair, from our side, the report, it is correct in terms of the progress for Mr. Khaswe. I must also indicate that we did have issues with the municipality in terms of the municipal rates, but the MEC has written to the mayor to request her intervention in relation to that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Housing Corp, Northwest, anything? Any input? Nothing. I hope I've touched all the stakeholders. Luen, the petitioners, because I want to recognize them now, they are requesting that if you can just It's a short report. If you can just repeat it, because they didn't get it. They were still trying to settle themselves so that we hear from their side. Please, just quickly go through the report so that they hear what they've heard, the comments from stakeholders, but they just want to see the report, how far it is. Can you do that?
Certainly, Chair. So with Mr. Peng, one of the important developments that have come through just yesterday was that we have received the signed Regulation 68 for the replacement title deeds. Gauteng province have undertaken to do the lodgements by Monday. Depending on the process in the deeds office, the registration of the title deed can be concluded within 3 to 4 weeks of lodgement date. Then with regards to the house construction, there's been confirmation that there's an agreement on the spec, that the plan has been approved. Gauteng further then reported that with regards to the house construction for both Ms. Sepeng and Ms. Ledingwane, there are issues regarding the geotech report because the houses need to be enrolled with the NHBRC. This is a matter that is being resolved between Gauteng and the NHBRC, and that they are expecting that resolution of the geotech issues by the first week of July, after which construction then can proceed. With regards to Mr. Khaswe, Chair, Northwest has reported that house construction is at practical completion stage. The carport is still outstanding. They have done final inspections and issued a snag list in June. The municipality must still finalize the issues around water and electricity supply. There was a matter between the local municipality and the Northwest Housing Corporation for outstanding rates and taxes in the amount of 196,000. The MEC has since intervened and had written to the municipality to try and resolve this matter. So this is what is causing the delay in getting the title deed registered to Mr. Khaswe, because property rates clearance is required for registration. They have then submitted pictures of the house and where we are in terms of the house construction. Then with regards to Mr. Mere, I think both departments, Department of Health and Infrastructure, had indicated that there is a dispute now regarding the outstanding rates and taxes on the health portion that affects the township in which Mr. Mere's land is located, which is still unproclaimed at this stage, and that they are busy trying to resolve this matter. But Infrastructure Development has appointed a conveyancer who is ready to proceed with the processes as soon as the issue of outstanding rates and taxes on the health side is resolved, Chair. And that's where we are now.
Thank you very much. Can I get responses from the petitioners before I allow members to engage with the report? Mr. Khaswe, Mr. Mere, Mrs. Ledingwane, Ms. Sipeng. Mr. Mnyambani, are you with them?
Yes, Chair, I'm with them and they're about to speak in introducing themselves individually. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Chairperson,
remove Luan, sorry, Luan, maybe let's remove the presentation from the screen.
Chairperson and honorable members, officials, thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Michael Mary. I'll just share a short message from my heart. You know, Chairperson, I've waited for more than 25 years for a title deed to a property that I fully paid many years ago. The public protector investigated my complaint and directed that the title deed be issued within a month, and that has not yet happened. And during the meeting of the 18th of February 2026, I was assured that the title deed would be issued, I think, by the end of April. I was hopeful, but that deadline has passed, and I'm still waiting. And this matter has affected not only me, but also the development opportunities for the MAWIGA region and the surrounding communities. You must understand, the title deed does not only affect Mr. Mere only. It affects the whole social Mabopane and Harankua. It does not only affect me as an individual. I'm not here a chairperson to argue with anyone. I'm simply asking for justice, accountability, and a clear implementation date. After more than 25 years, I respectfully ask this committee to help ensure that this matter is finally resolved. That's all that I ask. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Another one?
Chairperson, the Honorable Asamo, Wabulela Mogi Mary Tshwane, on Nago staying, ke bone gore at least something se tsweletse pele ka ge limphile Kevin. So everything di sharp mo la ke emetse fela gore lona le mpotse fela gore le stataneng ha title deed yes ke itshwere ke na le yona. Kevin o tlile a tlontshangisa plan ya stene ke signetse ka di 27 tsa last month ka di 5 tsa kgwedi ya June o tlile a ntshaintsa di form tse leng gore a re tsa Tshwane. So mabane o mfounetse gore di form tsela gona a di submitileng this Tuesday ka gore wa nalwana o tshwere ke tshu. So everything is fair ke emetse fela gore ba no mpotsa fela gore o stataneng go aga le gore ba ba tlo ahang o mpontshitse bona ne ba tlile. Thank
you very much. Next.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you, members, for the opportunity. My name is Ernest Tshwane. Yeah, I'm taking for my property there that is established in Northwest Pase. Yeah, recently I received a message from the secretary regarding the meeting. And then she mentioned the two issues. First one was to share a progress report on the house that has been built. And then secondly, with regard to the losses, loss of business and so on as a result of this matter of eviction and so on. Now, let me first thank the efforts of the committee that the house finally has been built. Although the finishing is still the concerns. The progress was actually fast because I was actually coming to the site now and then I was communicating with the builders. So anything that could have delayed the progress would be the weather conditions, rain and so on. And then as I've been visiting the site is there, standing there. It has not actually been delivered in the house. Yeah, so I raised my concerns with the NHRPC not so long ago. And then luckily they responded because there were some other parts of the house that I was not happy with. And then we had a meeting on the 16th of June. I drove from my place there, Pretoria, to Mokwase. And then we discussed a lot of issues, but the complaint that came from
We have lost you, Mr. Khaswe.
yeah, I think something went wrong with our laptop here. Yeah. So I say we had a meeting there and a lot of issues were discussed. But what I picked up from NHBRC team, they complained that they should have been taken along from the beginning, from when the house was actually started, so that they could actually guide whoever was sexually responsible. But a lot of things that I picked up at the site, they went at length to discuss it with the contractor. And then I heard about this issue of the electricity and the water with regard to the tax and rates amount that should be paid or whatever. Yeah, so my only worry is that I don't know how people work. I mean, I'm just a layman in this field. But if you really knew that there will be this problem and so on, it should have been addressed a long time ago. I mean, the tax and rates, I never thought this could be a problem. But all the same, I've been promised that the house will be delivered on such a date, on such a date, on such a date, and then it's not happening. And then one thing that I've now noticed, I've just listened to the report that was given with regard to one of the petitioners' house. Every time there's going to be a meeting, people who are responsible to do whatever job, they do it. I mean, somebody was just saying something was just done yesterday. It is yesterday because they know there's going to be a meeting today and they have to report something. It is wrong to do things like that. I mean, these are RDP projects. We've seen them. They are built so fast. So that's the part that actually had my concerns. And then another one was the issue of the carport. Yes, I was told that the carport is not going to be provided because I've requested the toilet and the shower in the main bedroom. I mean, that is the only difference. That's the only thing that I requested that. So I don't know, because I was actually even informed that there's another additional amount that was added to the one for the RDP. But I don't see it. I don't see it, honestly speaking. We had a meeting in the room that is supposed to be the main bedroom. I was just asking these guys that were there with me, asking them what size of bed do you think will fit in here? But all the same, the house is built. And then the other thing I complained about was they've used the aluminum windows. I don't know, I was never in agreement with that. But now, aluminum windows, with regard to crime that is actually prevailing, they're easy to open. Now, I've been complaining that why don't you put the butler proofs? Butler proofs, I mean, you know, all the time when I look at that structure, I remember the house that I used to stay in. All these things I'm requesting, they were there in my house. So there is no, they call this a special project, but when it suits them, they say, no, this is an RDP. They don't do this in the RDPs. You see that the confusion. So I'm just saying to the committee that these are some of the concerns. I mean, I cannot actually have a house. As we speak, that house is sleep. There's no one there. There's no one there. People can just access that house and then do whatever they want. So just to put the butler proofs, there are 2 doors there, the kitchen and the front door, and then the windows, 7 windows. I don't think it's much of really a hassle really to do that. And really regarding the seriousness of crime these days, Yeah, so like I say, I'm happy that at least there's been progress, but the delivery is the problem. Delivery, every time you ask a question, it's referred to somebody else. That somebody else is not doing anything about this thing. So that's a little that I can share regarding the progress at that house. So I sent to the secretary an affidavit with regard to the second part, which I've been actually proposing, our losses, consequential losses that became as a result of our eviction. I don't know whether to go on the chairperson with it because it looks like we're talking about the structures now. So should I reserve it for the next next time when I come back again? Or should we talk about it now?
Present it. Continue, Mr. Khaswe.
Should I? Yes. Yes, I can't remember whether it was May or April. I wrote a letter to the secretary requesting her to distribute it amongst the committee members, the committee members, so that they can actually understand what is it that we are talking regarding our losses. We lost business, we lost the equipment, property, we lost time, we lost our health, and all those things we mentioned. And also we spent time traveling. For 20 years, we've been traveling for meetings and all those things. For 20 years, we have been renting out accommodation. All those things I wanted the committee to look into. And then I think it was a question of which entity should actually be directed to. I think it's a common knowledge that even at the hospital, the government hospital, if a doctor or a nurse makes a mistake and somebody dies there, the case is referred to the Minister of Health, not that particular individual. Now, whilst we're saying housing corporation has actually caused this problem and City of Tshwane, but with regard to budget, they depend on the Department of Human Settlement. So I think this matter should be directed to the minister, and the minister must look at it and then make conclusions regarding that. Because I cannot actually think. I don't even have that energy to do things I wanted to do 20 years ago. To go back and think of the opportunities that I had at the time that got lost as a result of my situation. So all these things, I think we need settlement on it. We need all these things to be considered, to be looked into reasonably, and to be settled. So this is a part that I actually sent my affidavit to the committee, and then just go and look through that affidavit. I found it very, very relevant because some members, they need to understand our background. They need to know exactly from where we come, so that when we raise things, they should actually understand those things in that context. If I say I wanted to get into business, I'm a professional, I wanted to get into business to make money or to better my life. It's something that I've actually researched, and then I do that, hoping that the things will actually happen the way according to the plan. If I left my teaching career to go into business, and business which is art, I'm talking billions. When I dream, I talk billions, because with us artists, nothing is bigger before us. So in the affidavit, I tried to indicate some of the losses, in addition to the common ones, which is traveling, rental, loss of properties, those opportunities that were there for me. I mentioned one, I went to overseas in 2005, where I participated in the second International Delphic Games, where I won a gold medal. Winning a gold medal representing a country like South Africa makes you a millionaire immediately. But if you get disturbed in a situation like this, you lose out. I had an opportunity. I was commissioned by the Church of Shembe, Nazareth Church, to produce for the congregation a portrait of the founder. I think I also showed that to the secretary. I sent pictures. That the project was going to yield something over 100 million. I had an opportunity also to run the State Theatre Art Gallery, which I was actually offered. There's a letter that indicates that. Because of this, it was in 2007. It was a year after my eviction. So all these things were derailed. I am a musician at the same time. I recorded an album, musical album, that I was still busy promoting. Some of the CDs and the DVDs got lost at the storages because of failure to pay. And then also my artworks. Remember, if you go to overseas and you win a gold medal, your signature becomes very expensive. You are now getting into demand. So these are some of the areas that we can actually dwell much into to indicate to other members who might not have an idea. When you talk of losses, what does it mean? It means a lot. I mean, I know I'm befriending a lot of artists who are professionals, and then these people, they're taking, you know, you may think they're joking, they're taking business. I was talking to another friend of mine, he's an artist. He's attended the well in America. He can afford, but they ask questions. What is going on with Mr. Pastor? You know, to explain this thing further, to go deeper and then try to explain to each one what happened. It becomes even more strenuous. Okay. So I think because I've supplied the affidavit, members of the committee will actually have an opportunity to look into, and then they will actually see individually how I tabled everything. And then the last thing, whilst we are battling to get what belongs to us, there is this thing that is worrisome. That nothing is happening to the people who caused this. I mean, there's a house that was given to me. It was fraudulently taken. Nothing is happening. So it looks like we are just told that we will actually be provided with the shelter over our heads, but there is nothing happening. We are watching the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. We see people put on ties, these white-collar criminals. You think people are straight, they're not straight. So these are some of the things that we request the committee to follow up. We need an inquiry relating to this matter, and then we need really to benefit what we have lost. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. I think on the issue of losses, Mr. Hassos. Who's that one?
I haven't expressed my concerns.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought everybody has done that. Yes, come in.
Chairperson. I was listening to, good morning, all the officials, the chairperson, and
please continue.
Yes, I thought you hear me. I'm still greeting you. Yes. I've written something like Mr. Mary said from my heart. But before I wrote this, I listened to the deliberations of the meeting of the 18th of February. Presentations were made, but before I come to those presentations, I want to say, Mr. Chairperson, from the bottom of my heart, with concern and regrets and said space to say your office subjects me to mental abuse. You refuse to give me access to what is due to me. I was 18 years, I'm 18 years, if I deduct 18 years from my years, today I'm 70 years old. I'm now a senior citizen, a pensioner. I was 52 years when I presented this case to the government. And now I'm 70 years. You can understand that you've consumed my energy. When a national minister's office fails to mandate or compel a municipal city, council in a province to fulfill its duties, it is legally and politically referred to as failure to fulfill an executive obligation. Parliamentary Portfolio Committee functions as the engine rooms of the legislature. They have legislative powers to visit sites, to scrutinize budgets, enforce powers, summon any person or institution that appear before them, launch inquiries, and all that. Public protectors and ombudsmen. Remedial action of the public protector is legally binding and must be implemented unconditionally to remedy the improper conduct of City of Tshwane. Improper conduct. City of Tshwane disagreed with the findings and they approached the court of law to have the report reviewed and set aside. That's why we are, up to this time, my years have been winded and eaten by that delay of taking the matter to court. Now, City of Tshwane cannot simply choose to give the report without court, cannot just choose to ignore the report without court order. And this action of City of Tshwane can be considered a criminal offense. You know, when they took the matter to court, they told us, but when they lost the case, they don't tell us. But because we read and put our ears to the ground, we know that the judgment of the dispute between City of Tshwane and Northwest Housing Corp has been released, and the court dismissed the COT claim that they are the rightful owner of the property because they wanted to blame Northwest, you know, taking us up and down, delaying the whole thing. You know, before I was given to Mr. Ntebe, my matter was handled by Mem Petal, who was ever reporting things that I didn't understand. And to me, it was dilly-dallying tactics of that, trying to wait for the court order, thinking that they were going to win. And unfortunately, when they lost, they are fight about that. You know what frustrates me more, Chair, is when we started, you were very straight and to the point. You didn't want anybody to come to the meeting unprepared like they do now. Mr. Mokhodiri didn't want to come to the meetings. Every time was giving excuses, saying this and that. And the House didn't take that easy or softly. They were on him. And when he acted, look what happened. Mr. Khaswe's house is built. Now, the same problem that we experienced from City of Tshwane is doing it again. Why, like I said before, that you can, someone, any person or institutions that seems to be ignoring their work to appear. Because I don't understand. If I have to wait 2024, when we all started on the same slate, Mr. Khaswe, Memli Tshwane, and myself, on the clean slate, after this meeting, after the 18th of February meeting, I strongly written letters where I was stressing parity, that treat us the same. What happened or what is happening right now? When the reports are given, Chair, I ask you that if you can give me an opportunity, if you can give yourself an opportunity and listen to the deliberations of the meeting of the 18th of February, you'll understand why I'm angry with you. Because wherever they are talking about my progress, you swipe it, you wipe it and put it aside as if you don't hear anything. I ask you from the bottom of my heart, go through the meeting of the 18th of February. You'll understand why I'm angry against you now. Because all the reports as they were given, every time, it's a pity, sorry to pronounce the same name. I don't know, it's Coke or whoever. And then he unfortunately, he was just running over the report. And you allowed it. Every time you say thank you. And then Mem Kehakile tried to touch my point. And then when you commented on it, you didn't say anything. You commented, always you are on Mr. Kaswe's project. And it's complete. You are worried about the time frame. Everybody talks like time frame. You were supposed to complete the house March, now it's September. How can you be worried of a progress that is so good and not worry about title deed? Should I wait for, the meeting of February, there was no title deed. After the meeting, I tried my level best to write a big letter to almost all of you to say, what are you saying about my title deed? I don't have a title deed. I just hear I have a stand on paper. I don't even know who knows that is my stand. Because all along I've been giving, since I've been in this committee, I've been giving about 10 stands that were given and taken. I've been giving stands and they've been taking them from me every time. So this one that I have, who knows that it's not my stand? Because where's the title deed? This is the highest office. I don't know from here, where should I go? Stand on top of the roof and shout. Maybe somebody can hear me and take me to Madlanga. And maybe there somebody will listen. Because when I look at the parliamentarians there, they force things to happen. And you also can do it. Why I don't have a title deed? I think, Mr. Chairperson, you have the right and you can do it to find out who is delaying and bring him over to account. Because we aren't, you have a lot of work to be doing. You can't be sitting here talking one thing every time. I can't be sitting here every time telling you about title deed. Or do you have my title deed, Chair? If so, please give me. Because who's hiding it? I want my title deed. Because without a title deed, no plan can be approved. How is it going to be approved if there's no title deed? And I hear somebody saying my plans are approved. I don't know that. And I don't even know that the plan can be approved without title deed. Title deed is the basic of everything. Mr. Kaswe has just said, when we are supposed to come to a meeting, there's a report like SCP's progress. How can I wait for 8 months to hear progress of we have lost? I've been complaining since 2020, whatever, about the title deed. February this year, I get a report. I get a report, there's no title deed still. I tell you, I don't have a title deed. Whereas my other two members that I'm with in this whole thing, one has a title deed. There is a building. If I have to go through your report, I listened to this report. I couldn't sleep the last night because I was listening and I was refreshing myself throughout. Like, for instance, I'll just give you an example. The stands, we identified stands almost the same time, even though mine was taken and I was identifying the other one. I identified stands. I don't know, Mrs. Petrel was playing with me, taking me from pillar to post, making me choose stands that never existed. He made me choose stands in Harankua. The next thing, there's no stands existing there. He made me choose stands in Selborne. The next thing, there's nothing. And all these things, after a year, she tells me there is no stand. The following year, I choose again. The other year, again, there is no stand. Now, after then, I got a stand in another place. This is the third time I've been choosing stands. And then now, I own the stand, but I can't get the title deed. And then every time I have to get it, there's a story. Now you gave me over to Mr. Ntebe. The poor Mr. Ntebe, you have taken everything that is the problem, you left it with him. If I discuss anything with him, I can't reach any consensus. I had to go all out because when you query and claim your things, you must have proof. I believe that's how I was grown and raised. that whatever you want or whatever you claim, you cannot claim without having proof. For me to say this veteran house is not for me, I went all out to get a formal valuator and paid the valuator. And the valuator came with the valuation that report that I sent to Mr. Ntebe to show him the type of house that I was staying in that was fraudulently taken from me. And now Remedial says, remedy the situation by giving this person the property exactly to the house that she was staying in. That's why I brought Mr. Ntebe my valuation report. But still nobody listens to it. Says, it's decided. I don't know who decided that I'd be given that square meter. But because of my age and my family tells me there's nothing that we can do, go for it. Because if anything can happen to you, we don't have proof of anything because we don't even have a title deed. But their house comprising of parliamentarians are having my case, and they still tell me there's an issue with it. They allow a subordinate to tell them that there's a problem of me getting a title deed for so many years and months. Chairperson. Yeah, what I wanted to say is, like, for instance, we started this thing October 2025 up to 18 February. Progress. When you started, you said people must report progress after every 4 months. Now we come in after from October, November, we meet again on 18 February. Progress is supposed to be reported. I don't know. I'm a teacher by profession, and then I'm an old teacher, like Mr. Sokwapa was ridiculing me to say during the apartheid times. For sure, I was like forgetting that I was active 1976. Anyway, let's pass it. Why don't you map? Your secretary must map the reports. Put the three of us on a board and write comparatively. Title stand. Mr. Khaso identified, Bongo Maspeng identified, Mali Tshwane identified. Now we come to plans, and so on, and you will see which one is dragging. That is why you are unable to see that there's no progress in my story. If I have to ask you, Mr. Chair, where's my title deed? Why is it taking so much time? Why is it hidden? Why the person who's delaying is not brought in here? That is why I say, when we came in here, you sent social workers to come and counsel us. That was better as compared to what is happening right now. You dangle the carrot in front of me every time. If I can tell you the weight that I've lost since I met with you until now, you will really, really know that what is happening is not right. When you started, Mr. Chair, Mr. Siaki, it was not like you are right now. And I asked and prayed that you go back to the way you were when you were instructing Mr. Mukhodiri do the work. And he did it. So do it to City of Tshwane. Do it to City of Tshwane. City of Tshwane, they aren't playing. They don't unplaying the game. And they know why they're doing this, because they were dragging, talking of court orders and whatever that we were supposed to listen to. Right now, Mem well, she knows me. I'm a phone call away. Why doesn't she just pick up a phone to see how much, or is she paying to do that? When you call, she will never pick up the phone. Right now, she comes boldly to report to you, smiling, and then you say, thank you. You say, thank you. You don't want to say, but what you are reporting? What you are reporting? Mr. Chair, you gave me the impression that you check progress. I'm asking you humbly, can you, Mr. Chair, tell me my progress? I want to get my progress from the chair today. Because when Mem Gekhatile was reporting about my case of the title deed, you never commented. You swept it on the side. When Mem Abada said her report, but it wasn't just on my side, it was on Mr. Mary, which is good, I don't complain. And then, but Tate Sello Dithebe touched me, but also when you comment, because at the end of everything, I listen to your comment because I want to hear your comment, because at the end of the day, the chair drives the whole thing. And then I want to hear what the chair, even if they report, I'm not happy with the report, I want to hear you saying something. And then nothing. I plead with you, go and listen to the report of the 18th of February. And then this is now, it's June, after 4 months again. Same problem, there's no report. We still are battling to get the title deed. And then I want to hear your report. Chair is saying thank you to what Mem really said. I don't know what to say. You really frustrate me, Mr. Chair, because as a chair, I don't understand. Sweep clean, my brother. Make heads turn, make tables turn. Those people must give reports. They mustn't come up like, okay, I was listening also to the DDG. The DDG, in your first meeting, you gave her the duty to see to it that this is completed. It was well, I don't know him, but the DG, I think, the mayor. Now to my still whatever now the DDG Seshina. I listened to her comments. She doesn't comment like a DDG. She comments as if she's working under somebody still there, under the people who are given the tasks. Because these people are not doing the tasks. And she's not saying anything. She says, no, the report given, it's progress. I'm very happy of the progress made by the Northwest. When they got into gear, they showed definitely that they meant business. And I'm happy because you're also trying to help me, even though you don't get into my story in detail. You just get in and go past. Every time I have to write a note to one of you, I wrote a note this morning to Mr. Silo Detail. I wrote a note to Ms. Mem Betty Kehakidi. I don't have to do all these things to complain. That help me, please. Now I'm using the word please. Do I have to do that? Do you know I'm 70 years old? How do you feel for a person of 70 to be sitting with you in a meeting? The person you call stand up nicely to say he's a senior citizen. And we are giving those 50 square meter houses as Mr. Kaswe stipulates. I was talking to them when we were sitting looking, I was looking at the property that you were giving me. I don't know where to put on the bed. You and me understand very well that 4-roomed houses, we used to call them matchboxes. And that those houses were built by the SY apartheid government. Now, when you, Mr. Ditebe, present it, is it 40 or what square meter, Mr. 50 square meter house to a South African born person, a South African, typical South African, 30 years post-apartheid. And at the same time here, I've talked about your duties as the parliamentarian, that you can scrutinize the budget and recommend. We are a special case. Why don't you treat us special? Anyway, I still ask, please bring to book these people who are presenting shady reports. We can't continue with this. What happened on the 18th of February, let it not happen, please. Today, I was not even eager to come to the meeting. Because really coming to a meeting to listen to what was happening on the 18th, where everybody was on Northwest saying, Northwest, you didn't measure with the deadlines. When Northwest has a house, why still say anything on Northwest when they have a house? When the other parties don't even have a title deed and say you are progressing. Shame on you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, can we engage with the report? Do you have inputs, questions? I don't see hands. Honorable Dithebe.
Chairperson, good morning to you, to the rest of the honorable members, DG, his team, and the representatives of the other spheres of government, our support staff, our petitioners, and thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. Chairperson, I think we've heard all of our petitioners with their different narrations about what progress has been made or otherwise. My plea, therefore, would be that we, as we've always done, put ourselves in their shoes. And it is possible, Chairperson, that due to the fact that the petitioners themselves are at the coalface in the crucible. In Sesotho, we say, so he or she that wears the shoes is the one that feels the pain that the shoe causes to their foot or to them. So to that effect, Chairperson, I think the attitude of the Portfolio Committee has always been that we should not seek to invalidate the concerns, even if it is just mere suspicion that we are not doing things correctly. I know we have nothing to hide. Perhaps sometimes what is not appreciated is that as members of the Portfolio Committee, yes, indeed, we are, as a Portfolio Committee, part of the collective of the engine rooms, the engine room of Parliament. However, when it comes to the execution, we do this from the point of view of oversight. That means we rely on the agency of others. We are not washing, by so saying, we are not washing our hands of the problem, to the extent, Chairperson, that we have stayed with this problem for this long under your stewardship means that we are indeed serious. And it is possible, Chairperson, that when you mentioned, and from the point of view of expressing satisfaction and relief, progress on Mr. Khaswe's, the building of Mr. Khaswe's house, you may have inadvertently come across as putting emphasis only on that one issue and not the others. I know you, and I certainly know that you are very considerate, you are very empathetic. However, I always believe, Chairperson, that, when somebody complains, especially in this context, and I agree with Mama and others, we have promised our people human dignity, we have promised them fundamental human rights, democratic values, we've promised them social justice through the supreme law of this land, our constitution, recognizing all the injustices of the past. And we are seriously dealing with a lot of that in this particular matter, and I'd like us to forge ahead. Chairperson, therefore, I'd like to propose that the specific issues of the different petitioners, especially the latter speaker, be dealt with so that we remove all suspicion, undue suspicion that we are colluding with people that do not want to do their work and so forth. And again, I don't want to come across as if we are just wringing our hands and not holding those that are responsible for all this to account. I can tell in a rather unrelated matter, Messipeng and others, that there is what we call the 1962 R293 proclamation, where all former townships of so-called former TVBBC states remain unproclaimed to date because we have some issues to deal with. Cabinet has decided that those houses must be handed over free of charge to those people. We have internal matter an oversight matter to deal with as far as the Northwest Housing Corporation is concerned. We are unhappy ourselves, and I'm not talking about that for now, just to show you that Parliament does indeed have power, and we will act to safeguard all those freedoms and rights that the Constitution promises. So, Chairperson, I'd like to, in conclusion, propose that the issue of the re-registration of the title deed and all other issues be dealt with. We have already traversed, for example, Mr. Khaswe's matter at great length. As you know, their matters are different and so forth, but it also gives a lot of hope to hear that one title deed has already been issued, etc. It means that the representatives of the other spheres of government, be it local government, provincial government, even organs of state such as the Department of Health, need to come to the party. And what lessons must we learn out of this? It means, tomorrow if somebody decides, I want to do some PhD with regards to sustainable livelihoods, human settlements, etc., they may take a case of this nature and say, how then do we expedite using synergies, collaborations, doing a deep dive? How do we expedite the resolution of a problem as complex as this? Because indeed, it depends on the agency of quite a number of organs of state and spheres of government. And for me, it's a matter of drawing lessons out of this so that in future, and we deeply, deeply regret the pain, the inconvenience, the suffering that the different petitioners have endured. And it is not our intention at all to expose them to any further inconvenience or pain. We would like to celebrate in the end with them. But Chairperson, one last thing, I know when people are exposed to all of this inconvenience, the pain and all that, they might think we don't care. Right now, Chairperson, the petitioners are sitting at a venue which I'm told is the seat of the National Housing Home Builders Regulatory Council, with the help of the liaison, parliamentary liaison of the minister. That means we give our people a platform to talk to us. We are not a dictatorship. We are not indifferent or nonchalant about their issues, even if it means giving them the space for them to berate us, to criticize us, no matter how much they wish to. We will still hear them and actually provide the means, the wherewithal, the platform for them to do so, and not just hear them and then go back and ensure that where we have the agency, the power, the authority to enforce all of these things that Mama is talking about and other petitioners, we've got to. I know we will certainly not be able to satisfy all of the issues that Dr. Khaswe has raised. He has raised those in previous meetings. But it is indeed a sui generis matter, a matter of a case of its own kind, certainly not one that is covered by the same terms and conditions as in an insurance policy. However, we've registered some progress, and we are thankful to the Creator that they are still alive, and it should not have taken this long. So, Chairperson, that would be my plea, and in particular to the Department of Health, as well as the city of Tshwane, to make sure that what areas there are, that those are resolved, so that all of these issues can be dealt with. But to also be thankful to the NHBRC for noting that there were some missteps in the procedures that were supposed to be followed. So thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Kamede.
Greetings. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thanks, Chairperson, for an opportunity. No, let me first greet the Portfolio Committee on Human Settlements, and also greet the department led by the DG. Special greetings to the petitioners and also our support staff. No, Chairperson, I'm not going to be long. Let me quickly share the very same sentiment that the latter speaker, Honorable Duterte, has just shared. We are deeply sorry for your problem to take this long, especially to the petitioners. We are with you, and they are still going to be with you at all times until no. The progress report reveals a striking disparity in the realization of housing rights, where the success of a petition appears less dependent on the Department of Human Settlements in turn and more on the administrative synchronicities of external actors. While Mr. Edwin Khaso's case serves as a benchmark for efficient delivery, transitioning from site depletion to active construction within a month, the cases of Ms. Sepeng and also Mr. Michael Mayer highlight a bureaucratic paralysis. In these instances, the state effectively becomes its own obstacles. The transfer of land is held hostage by technicalities such as VA copies, Felore Afscrif, an Afrikaans name for lost copy, Chairperson. It is the formal legally recognized replacement for an original title deed that has been lost, misplaced, or destroyed. From the city of Tshwane or a rate commitment from the Gauteng Health Department, this suggests that the human settlements mandate is currently structurally vulnerable to the fiscal and administrative inertia of secondary departments, effectively diluting the accountability of the primary portfolio. Chairperson, regarding the old township challenges identified in the cases of Ms. Perry, Tshwane, missing geotechnical data, and Ms. Bongo Sepeng, the township title requirements. What specific institutional safeguards are being implemented to ensure that these legacy administrative gaps do not become indefinite barriers to construction? Specifically, Chairperson, given that Ms. Sepang's initial submission to the city of Tshwane occurred in February 2026 and remains unresolved, how is the department justifying the continued reliance on standard inter-governmental correspondence when such technical delays directly infringe upon the delivery timelines for military veterans housing and other high priority subsidies? Chairperson, with regards to the treasurer linked resolution for interdepartmental debts, for me, Chairperson, to resolve the impasse surrounding Mr. Michael Mayer's title deed transfer, which currently hinges on a commitment in writing from the Gauteng Department of Health to cover outstanding rates, it is recommended that the portfolio committee move away from a model of ongoing engagement. Instead, a direct treasurer offset mechanism should be proposed, Chairperson, for legacy petitions. This will also allow the provincial treasurer to settle interdepartmental debts like rates clearances directly from the defaulting department's budgets to the municipality. By removing the requirement for departmental willingness to pay, the state can ensure that interfinancial disputes no longer serves as a legal pretext for delaying the constitutional rights to property and formality for long-standing petitioners. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you. Honorable Khakilwe.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning to everybody on the platform, and my apology for joining late. Chairperson, I am a bit concerned, and I also feel for Mesipeng, the petitioners, the way things are going, because in most instances, there is a commitment, we come up with a deadline, but after that, nothing is happening. And from the city of Tshwane, Chairperson, from what I've observed, these are just excuses. Nothing is going to happen. Because even after our visit, the city of Tshwane was not even aware that somebody has illegally occupied the site which was allocated to Mesipeng. Until Mesipeng informed us, we informed them. So if people are not going to do their job and we will come and sit in the meetings and discuss, it's not assisting. The petitioners, they need progress, and they've indicated their frustrations. We feel their frustrations. We just talk and nothing is happening. So, Chairperson, with the issue of Mesipeng with regard to the title deed and the house and whatever, really we need to come up with a deadline. And City of Tshwane must tell us as to how soon can they give Mesipeng the title deed and the house. Because that land belongs to the municipality. I don't know what is their problem. They are not buying that land. It's just to issue, to go to the deeds office and get that thing, give it to Mesipeng. My apology for that thing. Chairperson, I'll go now to issue your health. The story of health, looking at it, for me, it doesn't make sense. Because if health failed to pay 6 million, and now they are expected to pay 46 million, and they've indicated that that money is not budgeted for, but they are saying it's going to be paid in another quarter. Where are they going to get the money while it is not budgeted for? So we are just getting the stories, but Chair, like I proposed last time with my little knowledge, that if we see that health is not going to pay, why can't they write off that debt and give our petitioner what is entitled to him? Because by the look of things, health is not going to pay. We will finish our term, and our petitioners, they will still be without what was promised or what is entitled to them. So we need today, Chairperson, to come up with a clear deadline. But the issue of health must be discussed. Health is not going to pay. What we are seeing here is just stories. Just stories for the sake of presenting to the meeting. We don't need presentations. We need action. We've received presentations. Chairperson, that is all that I wanted to know, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let me request the municipality and the departments to respond. Let me start with City of Tshwane. City of Tshwane.
Thank you, Chair. It's Petal here from the City of Tshwane. Chair, as we said in the presentation, that the only outstanding issue for the title deed transfer was the VA. Unfortunately, this is a process with the deeds office. The deeds office doesn't normally give township titles to conveyances, but this was given in this case, and that was really the delay with that. That has been sorted out, and the VA is now with Province, and so Province has undertaken to get the title deed in 3 to 4 weeks if they lodge on Monday. In terms of the health invoice, we have Finance has this morning submitted a detailed breakdown to health. On the invoice, it looks like the 46 million rand invoice from February, most of that has been paid. There was just an issue of some consolidation between an old invoice and a new invoice. So that engagement between health and the city is very crucial to get this invoice sorted out, but it looks like most of it has been paid up. So that 46 million from February, it looks like health has paid most of it, and we wait for them to deal with it. Chair, unfortunately, with title deeds, with geotech, most of these are still paper-based systems. And it is difficult to get these documents, especially for the older townships where that were dealt with before the 90s. And because of changes in systems and changes in government, these systems are very old, and often it does take quite a lot of time to get the information that we required. All these systems are being updated and are being put into more effective systems, and I'm sure that in future we will be able to deal with issues much more effectively. I mean, I hear what the petitioners are saying, and yes, it's true that there have been lots of issues with them. However, we need to note that these were old issues, and I'm sure our legal team will deal with the issue of the engagements with the public protector and the report. I don't have that information, and I'm going to hand over to my group head to add to that. Thanks.
Chairperson, sorry, before they do, my apologies for barging in. You know, we are dealing, Chairperson, with a very sensitive matter here. I'm not quite sure whether the lady, it's her style of articulating herself when she says, it seems like. Remember, this is an accounting process. We need somebody that can most definitively tell us that there is so much outstanding, because you see, you can see what prompted Mekehakile's question. Which question has been responded to? But unfortunately, this is really more nominal. It's not a positive statement that says there's 500,000 rand outstanding. Can we for certain know how much is outstanding in terms of that bill, Chairperson? The other issues of this being paper-based, we can understand, but this one, Chairperson, there can be certainly no excuse. Can we get past that before we go to the next questions or even answers? Thanks, Chairperson. My apologies. I felt that we needed to clear that before the lady steps off the platform. Thanks.
Good morning, Honorable Chairperson, members of the committee. My name is Notome Mela from the Human Settlements Department in the city. My apologies, Chair. It seems there was something wrong with my audio from my machine. I had to rush to Petal's office so I could attend to some of the issues raised by the honorable members. Chairperson, there has been engagements between the city's finance department, as well as the different departments in province. As Petal was indicating, at the time that this committee set to register progress on this matter in February, we were talking about a total invoice of a total arrears of 46 million, which were split into two. There is an element of it, I think at the time it was 21.6 million that was owed towards the rates and taxes. And that's the responsibility of Department of Infrastructure Department in the provincial government set up to service. The other portion of that was 24.6 million, which is the responsibility of the Department of Health as it relates to waste management charges that are incurred by the hospital that is on the property. As Petal indicated, Honorable Member, already DID has serviced the rates and taxes amount that was owed to the city. The remaining 24.6 million is what needs to be paid, as this is the charges, as I said, that are relating to the waste management charges from the hospital. So that is amount that is still outstanding, that the Department of Health need to engage with the city's finance department in resolving the payment arrangements for that amount. If there is any request for the city to reconsider in terms of its own debt and credit management policy, there would need to be a formal submission, and obviously we know that the city also follows its own council processes if there is a need to discount, to even write off for that matter. But that's really the picture at this point in time, Chairperson. There has been action by the province to try and service that debt. Chair, I wanted also to touch on the issue that was raised by Mesipeng around the legal matter. You'd recall, Chair, both the previous committee as well as this committee, there was an understanding that we will not venture into the legal matter itself. There is an agreement that we'll do whatever we can to assist in addressing and resolving these petitions, and this is what we are contributing and participating towards. The matter has not been heard by the court. It's still pending before court, and we had had an understanding that it will not be subject for discussion in this matter. Our focus and efforts will be towards resolving the petitions that have been submitted to the committee. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Department of Health, Gauteng.
Thanks, Chair. Good morning, Chair, honorable members and petitioners, and also colleagues. I think from our side, Chair, one of the things that held us back was this issue of the amount of the invoice, But what we had started on our side was to request additional funding from Provincial Treasury so that we take care of some of the old invoices. And the response was quite positive. So we'll be getting an additional money to be able to service some of the outstanding invoices that we have. And then this one in particular of the city of Tshwane is one of those. And hence we have then said that early next quarter, we should be able to take care of that. Because I think the provincial processes are near complete. We should be receiving that additional funding probably in 2 weeks' time, and we should be able to settle this. So in the meantime, what we've done was also to start the process of creating the PO for the invoice of the city of Tshwane. Now, that process will finalize, and as soon as that is done, so all the administrative processes will take place, and we should be able to settle that account, like I said, early next quarter. So that's definitely something that we'll do, and we can confidently say that because of the additional funding that we'll be getting from Provincial Treasury. Thank you very much, Chair.
When you say the next 2 weeks, by when?
So let me just check. Yeah, I can do that for you, Chair. Normally that the process starts from the 8th, so I can give you a definite date. So I would say the week of the 15th of July, we should be in a position to process that invoice of City of Tshwane.
Okay. Thank you very much. By the 15th of July. All right. Department of Infrastructure Development. Infrastructure Development.
Apologies, Chair. No, we don't have a comment, Chair. Thank you.
Okay, Department of Human Settlement, Gauteng. Human Settlement, Gauteng.
Thank you, Chair. DDG Phumzile will then respond to the questions. Thank you. Through your permission, Chair.
Thank you very much. DDG Phumzile.
Good morning, Chair, Honorable Chair, and honorable members of the committee. My name is Phumzile Maseko Sibubi. I'll talk about the construction process in terms of the Mayor Malidingwane and Mayor Masipeng. I think the presentation did mention that the two petitioners have approved and signed off the house plans that have been proposed to them, which has led to then for Mayor Malidingwane, the building plans have been submitted to the City of Tshwane on the 23rd of June for building approval. With Mayor Masipeng, obviously with the title deed issue, Chair, we cannot yet submit to the city, and once that is resolved, then the package would be sent off to the city. But also a parallel process that we have run is the process of NHBRC enrollment of the houses. We would all know that the NHBRC requires a geotech study for the enrollment, and knowing that these are old townships, we've asked our engineer to even go to the Council for Geoscience to check if there's any geotechnical information for the sites, which they couldn't find. They actually just found one old copy, which is not actually a page, not even a copy, which is not useful. So we then went back to the NHBRC and discussed this with her, and they've assisted. They obviously do insist on a geotech study, but they've also last week proposed on how best it can be done in terms of a geotech study just for the fish fence. The engineer is going to then implement the NHBRC's recommendation, which is to dig test pits on site, one on each of the sites, which is going to happen in the following week or the first week of July. And then they'll compile their study, and the plan is for them to complete and submit the geotech report to the NHBRC end of July. Chairperson, then we'll wait for the NHBRC enrollment timeframes, which is stipulated to be about 15 working days. But since we are already in contact with them, we have asked them to expedite the process. Once we do get enrollment, Chairperson, then it will lead to the start of construction. But also then pending, but at that time, we'd also the City of Tshwane should have approved the building plans, and then construction can commence. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a human settlement outing. Can we get a comment from Human Settlement Northwest?
Thank you, Chair. From our side, we do take note of the concerns that were raised by Ntate Khaswe. I must indicate, Chair, that he did raise his concerns with the two project managers who are involved in his contract, Mr. Tabile and Tate Mashabane, who has escalated his concerns with the HOD and the MEC. So they are busy trying to address, and the contractor is still also just finalizing the finishes. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. I saw Tamara Mazana raising a hand. I don't know whether you wanted to add to
Yes,
the
thank you.
responses.
Thank you, Chairperson. Yes, I wanted to add on from a human settlements perspective. I can confirm that we did collect the documents regarding Masipeng's title deed from the municipality about an hour ago. They're en route to the appointed conveyancer. So we will be lodging, Chairperson, on Monday. So we're expecting Masipeng's title deed to be at hand at least by the end of the month of July. It should all go according to plan at the deeds office. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Housing Corp, still nobody. Okay, let me go to National Department of Human Settlement. DDG, Imalsile. Or
Thank you,
one.
Chairperson.
Okay, DDG.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, we've taken note of the concerns that were raised by the petitioners, but also the commitments that have been made by all the departments in trying to resolve all the outstanding issues. Chair, we will be working closely as we have been doing with all the departments to make sure that at least we are able to adhere to all the timelines that that have actually been shared here. I must also, Chair, hasten to indicate that we will try and work with NHBRC, see if they can be able to assist and unlock the challenges for both Ntateli Dingwana's place in Northwest, as well as the Gauteng project that the HOD was referring to, so that we can be able to close all the gaps that have been raised by the colleagues on the platform. Thank you, Chair.
Can you not try DDG? Can you instruct
We'll certainly do that, Chair. Sorry, Chair?
Yes. And
No, we'll not.
Yes.
No, my apologies for the language, Chair. It's not trying because we have not been trying all this time. We will certainly do that, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And DDG, can you also still continue, either yourself or your delegate, to coordinate this use? You heard that everybody's committing that by end of July, things will have been done. Let us not wait for end of July, but coordinate on a weekly basis so that we see that where there are bottlenecks, we're able to deal with them, including NHPRC, if it can be part of that package, so that where there are bottlenecks, you are able to deal with them, so that by end of July, when we get a report, all these commitments are done. And where there's a bottleneck, we're able to be aware of it. Thanks very much.
Guidance is well received, Chair.
And there's a the petition, not the petition. What is this by Mr. Haswe? What do you call it? Affidavit. I think that affidavit, like Mr. Haswe suggested, will write a letter accompanying that affidavit to the minister. You can just sensitize the minister. I think the PLO is so that the minister will then get guidance and see how she processes it. Okay. I see two hands, Honorable Khakilwe and Honorable Nyambani. I just suspect this on behalf of one of the petitioners. Honorable Khakilwe first.
Thank you, Chairperson. And thanks for the responses. But Chairperson, I'm not happy about almost all the responses. I asked a question with regard to health. Because when our last meeting with them, they told us that they are only waiting for the invoices. Now today they are waiting for additional funds. And I asked, does it mean if health does not pay the municipality, the city, a petitioner is not going to be assisted? I was not responded to. And I don't trust whatever that we are getting here, Chairperson, because they are just telling us English, of which we are not going to win anything. And with regard to the issue of Messipeng, Chairperson, just to indicate that starting from the province, they don't take us serious. They are only attending to the issues of the petitioners when they know that there's a planned meeting. Now today they've collected the documents for Messipeng to be submitted to the deeds office. And I just want to indicate, Chair, that the response that we received is not true, because the title deeds, most South Africa, it takes 6 to 12 weeks from the time of property sale is agreed upon until it is registered in whoever's name. And once all the documents are submitted to the deeds office, the actual processing and registration takes about 7 to 10 days. So since our last meeting since we started with this petition, nothing was done with regard to the title deeds, and we are still getting the excuses. But Chairperson, I just want to indicate that as long as they gathered all those documents, it will take 7 to 10 days for the deeds office to complete the registration. And the other thing, I'm not sure who was responding to the issue of the plans. In her presentation, Messipeng indicated that she has been told that the plans has been approved. But the person who was responding said Messipeng has signed off the plans. I'm not sure if I've missed something in that. If I can be clarified on that issue, Chairperson, and thank you.
Thank you very much. PLO, I don't know whether it was for you or for... You are raising a hand on behalf of one of the petitioners.
No, Chair, I was raising the hand on behalf of the petitioners that some issues of clarifications that they needed. I'm going to give it over to them now, Chair.
Chair, this is Michael Mary. I don't know, Chair, but I seem not really to understand where is the committee going with my matter. I just want to raise something to all the leaders, the parliamentarians and the officials, that this matter of title deed, it's depriving people of education at our school, Spirit Training Center. And this matter, it affects the whole Black community. And for years, now you as leaders, I want to be honest with you. I'm just, that is why I think the Bible says we must pray for our leaders. I think you as leaders, all of you, you need prayers. I'm praying for you daily, that God might really help you, that you might help the people of Harangua, Mabopane, and other places around there. Look, for years, you know my father died waiting for a title deed. This is exactly what killed him. And just to refresh your mind, some time back I told you that Spirit Training Center was the first Black private college in this country. And the government destroyed it. Now that you are not even talking about township establishment, it's bad. You know, again, to refresh your mind, Chairperson, you know, I lost a lucrative business deal of 67 million rand in 2009. I still have documentary proof. I lost a multi-million rand business multi-million rand business, because our place, Spirit Training Center, where it is surrounded by the university. I've got a letter signed by the rector of the university. I lost it. But today, by God's help, we at least managed to register our college with QCTO. By delaying the title deed, imagine who could have, people could come there and be educated. Now go to Harampua and check those young people there and see what is happening with them. You leaders, you are denying young people of Harampua, of surrounding areas, education. I struggled recently, I struggled to pay about 30,000 for consent use because you are delaying. You are delaying. You are in fact destroying us. As you know, I was in my 30s when I bought that place. Today I'm now 59 years old. Still, I don't have a title deed. I just pray to God to give me more life. Fortunately, Chairperson, I'm not sick. I train every day. I jog, Chairperson, every day. That is why I thank God that I'm still alive, that I must not die like my father. This government killed him. They killed my dad. But above all, I forgive you, all of you parliamentarians. You destroyed my family. You destroyed also my community, Harampua. You destroyed it. How long should one wait? You know, when I was told about this meeting, I didn't even want to come in because I thought this is just another waste of time. This is another waste of time. But as the Bible says, pray for your leaders. We are praying for you. Daily, we are praying for you that you might do the right things. Imagine in my 30s, today I'm almost 60 years, no title deed, no business at all. I've lost millions of rands. I'm not even afraid to say it publicly like I'm saying it. I lost millions of rands. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's Mrs. Sepeng again. I want to respond to what was said by Tamara Mazani. For Tamara Mazani to be saying or reporting in such a prominent meeting of parliamentarians that an hour ago, having been given 8 months to respond or to give me a title deed. Now, she responds proudly to say an hour ago. Since I met with her, I think March month, she never ever communicated to me, you know, just to keep me informed. Never. And they are quick to say they communicate with Mrs. Sepeng. Last meeting, we were very, very refused an opportunity to respond. It was a one-way communication where you were just telling us, and we never got an opportunity to respond. If you should have given us the opportunity, Chair, you would probably not be listening to this type of reports today. But today, thank you, you gave us an opportunity. Now you know how I feel about you. Because when I first met with you, I don't want to tell you a lie, I was all in smiles. Because
we were coming out from another portfolio committee. I remember Mr. Sia, you know, you were not mixing your words that they Sia, even to say we are now into 3 governments over this, you know, indicating that you aren't going to, you know, be wasting any time. Chair, you were like telling your people that you want progress after every 3 months. But now the reports are coming with no movement. That is why I say, Chair, I wish you can appoint me for this project to map the progress, to map the progresses. I will just map the progresses done on the 30 minutes because we have the same thing. Because mapping, you will see the picture of what is happening. That's why I say probably as a teacher of producing 100%, I know how to map this. You see the picture. I don't know if you are able to see the picture now, whereby you can say progress, no progress. You get spotted this long ago that there is only no title deed for this. First step. And Memkeratile doesn't mean her words. You know, when Mr. Mokhodiri was giving us problems, Chair, you'd never mince your words. You demanded. And then you were even quoting your rights. Like in Madanga, when somebody says no comment, they quote the rights that you are going to put yourself into trouble. So you said to Mr. You consulted, and it was said that if he keeps on sending, I don't know, you were sending somebody and that person was not allowed to speak in the meeting. So Mr. Mokhodiri, I mean, acted, we see. Let's not dwell on it. Please, Chair, I want my title deed. I don't know how can I tell you in no uncertain terms, because I can't face anybody now. Why I'm facing you as the chairperson, like I said, Mr. Siadi, unfortunately, I don't know, drive this well on. I'm 70 years. It's not right. You know, when Papa was addressing me wrongly at the meeting the other time, I complained to him that we sat for 19 years, we fought. You know, we were people of action, students of action. Now our turn has come to a completion. We gave over to you to take the baton forward. Now, in taking the baton forward, there are some injustices that happened by people who got excited when giving good positions to exploit the masses. Now you are supposed to be rendering a remedy. You still put me, I don't know what you are saying about these 50 square meter houses. Does it make you proud? At the end of the day, when everything is said and done, when you say I was in this committee and this is what I done, and then you say, I gave them 50 square meter houses. I don't know. I thought some way saying I tried, I failed. But you've never, here Mr. Kaswe here is telling me about the bed that I was telling the people when I sat with them on the plane that you can't even put in a bed in the room. This is what we are given. I've never had this committee sitting to say, but let's I only heard that we'll be giving special treatment. The first meeting you were talking of, this must be given priority. This is a special case. But at the end of the day, now I can't say anything to Ntate Ntebe because he tells me this was concluded in the ad hoc parliamentary meeting in human settlement. It was concluded that we are getting a 50 square meter house, so there's nothing that I can do. So I just wanted it minuted to hear so that next time when I quote to my children, they must see a committee who said these people, they are the ones who recommended that I be staying in this type of house. Because I don't know where is it minuted that you are saying you are fit to be given those 50 square meter houses. But anyway, thank you for being given this opportunity. And DDG, Why did you have to go to this far to get started? Now you said you are going to start doing something. Why you start now? For you to be a DDG, I think you have a responsible job to do. You know, when you are given an opportunity to comment, I listen to you because I want to hear, hey, I want to hear content. Let me not mark you 0. Please improve your content. You give sweeping statements. Don't give sweeping statements because we are individuals here. That is why even progress, you divide it as deliberately so that you know that when divided, we fall. We were like a unit when we came in here. Today, when we address our issues, we address them differently because one has a house, one has a title deed, the other one doesn't have a title deed. So when we sit here, we sit differently. So when you comment, don't comment like Mem Petal. Don't comment like Mem Petal. You are the DDG. You must, and then people have spoken, summarize each and every aspect. Now, when you summarize, you say, you'll talk on Kaswe. After Kaswe, you say, Tshwane, and then you are quiet. Like your comment lately, I didn't hear what you were saying. I'm very sorry because I'm critical and I listen. So as a DDG, you know, when I say don't talk like Mem Petal wasted my time, dangled a carrot for a long time. And you know what is he waiting for? Like Mem Kihatule said, he's working on time because soon he will be on pension. He's working on time. Soon he'll be on pension because even when I phone her, she tells me, no, you know, just to shut me that I've gone beyond you now. She knows. She knows. I even have her last reply to me. Sometimes she just keeps quiet. So she's working on time, like Mem saying that they are wasting. They don't report. They are lying now. You said it's not true. I'm sorry to say lie. You said it's not true what they've reported. Is that they're reporting because today there's a meeting. But please, when you speak, DDG, we listen to how you comment. You don't give report, you comment about the reports that are given. Whoever hasn't done the work, please don't fail to tell the person that you didn't do the job. You must understand the Madlanga Commission. If you allow things to go wrong, you are also responsible. You are helping that person to do wrong things. So any person who does wrong, you mustn't feel bad to say you are wrong. That's the position that you are at. And that's the position that Mem Petal is at. When she talks, I know what she's going to talk, Mem Petal, generalize. And waste Mem must spend time. See me going old because I don't know when she... But anyway, what I'm trying to say, I've been given a note here that the chair, please arrange a meeting with the minister and president to settle our losses. It's a comment that I've been given now, and I'm not distancing myself from it. Time for me is to seek title deed. I don't want to be this side and that side. Then once everything is done, I'm up to the level of Mtate Kaswe. For sure now I'll be sitting on you on the claims. But don't give us wrong ideas and really portaling. You know, let's not go to that level, especially in my case. Now, don't force me to go to the portals. You must not, that one is my neighbor. Let me not go to the portals to say I have a problem. Mtate is doing our job, and I believe that the today, next meeting, I'll hear a different story. Thank you.
Thank you. I didn't want to respond, but ma'am, we understand your situation, but that does not give you license to insult us. And if you feel we are useless, let it be your feeling. Because since the beginning of this meeting, you have been on my course and Titi Jumalisi's course. There's no problem to be on our course, but please don't insult us. Thank you very much. You still have another speaker, PLO?
Yes, it's
Okay, no
Lady
problem. Okay.
Thank you, Chairperson. Yeah, just in closing, I was just thinking that seeing that there were no comments based on what I actually regarded as my losses. Is it possible for the chairperson to arrange us a meeting with the minister? People who can take a decision, because here we went to settle these things, and then since you indicated that there are some other petitions that have come in, maybe then we close our case. I think basically what we need, even if you did not build us houses, if you could have actually have given us money that you have lost, we could have built ourselves houses. So I think this is a stage where the president or the minister or both can actually be called into addressing this problem once and for all, so that we close the matter. I think I'm trying to assist from the side of the layman. Thank you very much.
I've summarized that to say this matter will be referred to the minister. I even said the PLO to the minister is in this meeting. Please sensitize the minister that will be writing a letter attaching the affidavit so that the minister can process it further. I even said the DG and the DDG are in this meeting. They will sensitize the minister, but will say as a portfolio committee, based on your proposal, we'll send that affidavit, we'll attach our letter, which will be signed by me as the chairperson to the minister, for the minister to process it further. And thanks very much. Do you still have another speaker?
No, Chair, everyone has said,
Thanks very much. Honorable Kakakilwe raised issues directed to health and Tshwane. Health about the payment. Health. Department of Health, Gauteng. Are they still here?
Yes, Chair, they're still on the platform, Chair.
Who's on the platform?
Chair, we have Puti, Gauteng, Department of Health, and
Chair, apologies for the misconnection. I think you've asked something. If I may just ask that, the question be repeated. Thank you so much.
Honorable Kakakilwe said, in the last meeting, you said you are going to, once you receive the invoice, you'll settle. Today, you are saying you were waiting for the funds and then you will settle. She just wanted clarity that you are committing that you will settle.
Yes, definitely. I think my colleague has just mentioned that on the 15th of July, we should be in a position to process that particular invoice once of course we clear up with the finance team from the city of Tshwane in terms of the current invoice that they've just sent through. So at the time that we had committed, of course, at the time we had still hoped that the invoice will still be around 6 million. that was sometime back in February. So when we received it now, we realized that the money that we had hoped that we would be able to use to settle it has went up. So which means that we had now slotted within the request for budgets with Treasury, so that we can be able to take care of that. Chair, should we have any challenges with regards to this particular request for funds that we've made with Treasury? I mean, we already an agreement with the city of Tshwane in terms of how can we put together a payment agreement just to ensure that the process is not stalled in this particular regard. Thank you so much, Chair.
Thank you very much. City of Tshwane. City of Tshwane.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you for the opportunity. We will continue to facilitate the engagements between the Department of Health and our Finance Department in facilitating any payments arrangement that the Department of Health might require. As indicated by DDG Phumzile, we are assisting with the engagement with NHBRC regarding the requirement for the geotech for the house for Mayor Masipeng, and Chairperson would recall that we indicated that as much as it is a requirement, our motivation to them is that this is already a built-up area, and with the recommendation that they've made, we'll then work together with the Department of Human Settlements to make sure that the processes of construction, as soon as the title deed is received, can commence. I think on our side, that is that, Chairperson, unless DH Petal has an additional information as part of the wrap-up. Thank you.
Thanks, Chair. And the other issue was the engagements with DID and the conveyancer appointed from the state attorneys to assist with the Mere issue and the township establishment around that, so that the title deed can be issued. So we'll continue with those engagements. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you very much. Like we said, DDG Dumalisile, or your delegate, you'll continue coordinating to make sure that these decisions and commitments are realized. And where there are challenges or hiccups, let us be made aware as a matter of urgency, so that we see how together we can assist one another. I don't know whether the DG, I know, he's still here. I know that he was supposed to be busy with something. Let me give DG Ngaka and then DG, then we move towards closing the meeting. I no longer see hands. I think we are fine. DG?
Should I come in now, Chair? Or you want DG Ngaka first?
I thought, because we're giving her some assignments, if she can go first. DG?
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, thank you. Yes, we will carry out the assignment with all the members, and Chair, we will make sure that after every session of the engagements with all the departments, we will then bring the petitioners up to speed to indicate what has transpired, what has been resolved, and what is still outstanding, up to the point where we are able to conclude everything, Chair. So we'll continuously engage with the petitioners in terms of all the work that we'll be doing from now on. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. DG?
Chairperson, thank you very much. We have had loud and clear, and we have had the impassionate plea
that we really pull up the socks and get the matters beyond the finish line. We have also had the mandates that have been given directly to us and also to commitments made by the other spheres. We will immediately begin the chase of those commitments to make sure that they are indeed fulfilled. And we will also carry the message to the minister and also carry the feelings of the petitioners and their unhappiness and what is being desired and their propositions of how best to be responsive to them. We will carry that sentiment to the minister, and also the letter of the chair. We will await it, and once it does come our way, together with the affidavit, we will then also pursue that and advise the minister accordingly on what are the available legal options before her. Chair, let me also undertake that we will meet on a weekly basis, as you have directed that we start doing that, meet on a weekly basis until we have crossed the finish line on these matters, and that we actually become much more harder in holding each other accountable in this regard. I think we've had the members of the committee and we've also had the petitioners loud and clear. Like I said when I started, that we too are the first ones to acknowledge that this matter has dragged on for far too long. And we are the first ones to admit that the pace at which it has happened is not as was originally intended and desired. And we will pull all stops to make an effort to make sure that we do get to see a silver lining in this dark cloud. Chairperson, thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity, and thanks to the honorable members of the committee and to the petitioners. We will relay the message to the minister. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And thanks very much to everybody who was invited. Thanks for responding to our invite. It is when we work together that we'll be able to resolve issues. The issues we are faced with is not at one and the same thing. They are different in different provinces, in different municipalities. And where there's progress, let's appreciate it, but also say that we must do more because we want to see these issues resolved, all of them. As long as there's a resolution to all of them, that's what we are here for, serving our people. And I'm still repeating that in our engagement, there will be some frustrations, there will be some criticizing, but let's always do that with respect to one another and not insult each other. Because if we can start insulting each other, then nothing will be resolved. And when one issue is resolved, let's appreciate that and put it aside and focus on the remaining ones to make sure that they are resolved. We made a commitment as this portfolio committee that we have inherited this matter of MAWIGA from the previous administration, but we want to see it resolved under our watch so that we don't leave it to another administration. We want to see it being resolved whilst we're still here. And anything we start as a portfolio committee, we have made a commitment that we will start the matter or the issue and we will push that that issue be resolved whilst we're still here. And as a committee, we're working together. Whatever we do, whatever we resolve is because we're working together. And if we falter together. If we win together. Thanks very much for your time, honorable members and all our invitees. Please enjoy the rest of the day and your weekend. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Thanks, members. Bye-bye.
You know,
On behalf of the petitioners, thank you, Chair.
Recording stopped.